Why seven-figure businesses still feel actually fragile. This is a really important video if you currently are doing 7 figures a year or even 7 figures a month. I have seen a lot of businesses start to slowly collapse when they reach the 7-figure mark. And it's really important to understand what actual framework, structures, and designs you need to have inside of your business so you can actually sustain the 7 figures. Because it's not just to get to 7 figures, it's actually how you can maintain and sustain that business, okay? So watch this video to the end because I'm going to actually walk you through everything you need to know in order for you to make actual sustainable business if you currently are at 7 figures a month or even doing 7 figures a year. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone who's making great money and thought, how do they actually reach that level? But then when you actually get to talk to them in person, you realize, how are they still so stressed? On the outside, you see everything always looks perfect because we don't know the inside. Revenue is really high, the brand looks strong, and the clients are coming in. But behind the actual scenes, when you get to talk to them, when you get to talk to these founders, because I have talked to them many times, and also including myself, they are nervous every single month, they are check numbers consistently, they can't relax, and they are afraid something will actually break. If that's you, this video is 100% for you, because today I'm going to explain to you why 7-figure businesses often feel unstable and how to actually fix it. So what you will actually learn inside of this video, and by the end of this video, you will understand, number one, why revenue does not equal security, why growth often increases actual stress, number three, the hidden weaknesses inside most big businesses, number four, the systems that create real stability, number five, how to stop living in fear of collapse, and how to build something that actually lasts. This is not about motivation, this is actually about having the right structure inside of the business. So the biggest myth about success, most people believe this, and I have spoken to many founders as well, they believe that if I hit 7 figures, I feel safe. And I have currently speaking to businesses that are doing about 50K a month, some are doing 80K a month, and they strongly believe that once they reach even 7 figures a month or 7 figures a year, they will feel safe. And that's a complete lie. What usually happens is you get more money, more staff, more expenses, more responsibility, and more actual pressure with the business. Revenue goes up, so does the actual risk. Money is what actually hides most of the problems. It doesn't fix them. So how businesses become fragile? Fragility happens when growth is faster than actual systems. You add clients, employees, tools, and actual offers, but you don't add processes, standards, control, and actual structure. So everything works until one thing breaks, and then one thing breaks, and then another thing breaks, and eventually your business really collapses. And that's when everything starts to also feel shaky. When you see one thing not working, cracking, maybe there's really not clarity around the process and you don't really understand the process yourself so well, and what can you do to systemize it, that's when things really start to feel shaky. So the 4 types of fragile businesses. So let's break this down clearly so you understand it. So founder-dependent businesses. If you leave, things slow down. All decisions go through you, all problems land on you, all clients trust only you. That's not leadership, that's a huge risk you're actually carrying. The second model, cash flow fragile businesses. Big revenue, small actual margins. One slow month equals actual panic, and panic begins. Usually caused by bad pricing, overspending, low retention. It looks big, but it's actually weak. I have seen a business that is making 38 million a year, but they spend about 37 million to make 38 million. Right? So their profitability is only 1 million. You may ask, how can this really happen? Well, there's a lot of inconsistencies in that business. There is a lot of overheads in the business. There's so much mess happening in the actual business. I spoke to this, one of my good friends I speak, he lives in California. Like, he told me he's doing, first when he said, I'm doing 38 million a year, I was like, okay, that's good. That's a big business. And when we start speaking about profitability, he was like, hey, I have like 1 million in profit. So I thought 1 million a month in profit. But then he explained even deeper, saying that no, it's actually 1 million in profit in a year. So it was really hard for me to get my head wrapped around of how you can make 38 million and you only have 1 million actual profit, where the 37 million is actually to sustain the 38 million. It's kind of crazy. So, usually caused by bad pricing, overspending, low retention. It looks big, but it actually feels weak. Acquisition depends. The next one is the acquisition dependent businesses, right? One platform, one funnel, one traffic source. If it dies, your business dies. That's really dangerous. And I have seen this happen before, where a client has his business built around actual Google platform, and then you probably have heard of Google slap. He got Google slap where the entire algorithm changed. All these ads were suddenly not working, and the business stopped. The business literally broke over one night because Google changed actual algorithm and their policies around advertising. And the same has happened to so many business owners that were advertising on Meta. They were advertising on Meta. Everything was going great. They were building the revenue, but because they were really open to really open, I would say, really open to a flaw inside of their business, because it's really a flaw when you are dependent only on one platform, because you get that one platform running to a certain level where it's really profitable. You need to start thinking about how can you make a diversification inside the business. So what happened was their weakness was that they were dependent on one platform. And so they were dependent on Meta, and also Meta has changed algorithms, and I have seen businesses basically lose everything over just one night because the policies changed and they were just dependent on one actual platform, right? So one platform, one funnel, one traffic source. If it dies, your business dies as well. That's really dangerous. And then the last one is talent-dependent businesses. One superstar employee. They quit, chaos, no backups equals fragility. So why growth makes it worse, right? Here's the paradox. Growth increase is pressure. More clients equal more expectations, more staff equals more management, more systems, more failure points. If your foundation is really weak, growth will actually magnify it by 100 times. And so I have heard a lot of coaches, consultants, and agency owners, they said, hey, I want to actually scale my business. I want to put a lot of actual ads. But without having all the standardization around their actual fulfillment, how they fulfill, how they deliver, what you're really doing is you are putting petrol on a fire that's in the actual forest. And so it's just a matter of time until something will catch on fire and the entire forest will catch on fire. And so the same works here. If you don't have standardized actual systems, standardized fulfillment, you don't have system operational protocols inside of the business, it's really difficult to just go and spend money on ads, because what you will do is, because something that is dependent currently on you, you will just magnify the actual weaknesses of your business, and eventually your business will break. Then there is the stress loop, right? Fragile founders live in this actual cycle. Good month, relief. Problem, panic. And they fix fast, and then exhaustion again. And then it's kind of in this cycle, never actually stopping. There's no stability, just actual survival mode. It's like good month comes, they feel much better. A problem happens in the business, they stress their head out, like fix fast, and then it's like exhaustion again. And then it consistently keeps repeating. And that happens because there's not enough clear SOPs, system operational actual protocols inside of the business that helps you to maintain the business in a healthy actual state. And then the real cause is no business operating actual system. So strong companies run on actual systems. Weak companies run on actual people. If your business lives in your head, your memory, your personality, it's really fragile. You need business operating systems. And this is what it means by having SOPs inside of the business that help you to have a healthy state of business, understanding the process of how you fulfill, how you build funnels, how you build demand, how you actually convert, and how you deliver, and how you execute based on data. If you don't have that, your business is really fragile. And you have to have all of them if you are near 7 figures or past 7 figures, because if you currently don't have that, that's why your business really feels fragile. The stability framework, right? So every strong company has 4 main layers. So let's talk about it. Number 1, demand layer. Multiple lead sources, predictable flow, not dependent on actually one thing or one actual platform. Conversion layer. Clear sales process, clear qualification, clear follow-up, no actual guessing. Then there is the delivery layer. Standardized actual fulfillment, quality control, clear expectations. Results without heroics, yeah? And then obviously the last one, which is really important, is decision layer, like based on actual data, not guessing. So dashboards, KPIs, weekly reviews. No emotional management. If one layer is weak, everything feels unstable. And this is why this decision making has to be around actual numbers, mathematics. It has to be around actual data that can tell you, yes, this is working. This is not working because of that. Not this is not working, we need to change, because you don't know exactly what you are changing. And once you are guessing, that's when your really business starts to feel unstable, because you're really playing on higher risk, okay? So why most founders avoid fixing this? Because systems feel boring, they feel slow, they feel restrictive, and chaos feels exciting. But chaos is really expensive. Order is what actually starts to create freedom inside of businesses. It's like having a discipline for your business, having a routine inside of your business. That's what actually creates your business going to the next level. So how do you actually can do it? You can use AI to build stability, right? Because smart founders, also including me, I use AI to document processes, creating trainings, building SOPs, analyzing performances, and improving actual operations. AI is what strengthens actual weak spots inside of the business when you understand how to employ AI. Some of the things you can do is just simply ask AI to ask you many questions about your business to learn about your business, and then you can start creating SOPs and all the systems that you need. And then let's get into control test. Ask yourself honestly, can I predict revenue 90 days ahead? Can I step away for 30 days? Can I lose one channel and still survive? Can I lose one employee and still survive? If the answer is no, that's why your business is currently feeling really fragile, right? So how to fix fragility step by step. Step one is find dependencies. Where does everything rely on you? Then you fix that first. Step two is standardize actual delivery. Same input, same output, remove improvisation. Step three is build redundancy, right? 2 channels, 2 people per role, backup actual systems. That's actually safety equals strength inside of your business, and that when something breaks, you have something else that can replace is what actually broke. Step 4, track leading indicators, not just actual revenue. You track number 1, pipeline, number 2, retention, churn, and actual capacity. And then step 5, install weekly reviews. Every week, review numbers, risks, constraints, and priorities, not actually drifting. Okay? The emotional cost of fragility. Fragile success feels like always on, no real vacation, constantly in worry, mental exhaustion. That's not freedom, that's pressure. And I have lived that as well when you don't know really the numbers, when you're really trying to, sometimes you kind of guessing, you kind of go with the gut, you go with your actual feelings, but that's not the way to build a sustainable business. And specifically if you're currently doing 7 figures a year or 7 figures a month, because that's a really huge risk you're currently taking. So big versus actually strong. Big equals high revenue, strong equals high resilience. Anyone can get big, few can get actually strong. So the question is not how I can make $100 million business. The question is how can I make unbreakable business? Because unbreakable business is much easier to scale because it's more safer to scale, right? And the long game, the real goal isn't 7 figures, it's peace, optionality, durability, and actual legacy. Money, you need to understand the money is a tool, it's not a destination. And here's a truth that a lot of us don't understand. Revenue can always disappear, and I've seen this all the time happening. It's like a roller coaster. Revenue spikes and then it goes down. Sometimes it's in a plateau, sometimes it's predictable, but structure rarely does disappear. Structure is what really shows what the business is really built for. If you build systems, you stop fearing actual tomorrow, and you can live much easier and much calmer because you understand how the processes actually work inside of your business. You know from A to actually Z. When you don't have systems, you're guessing, and other people that you are hiring also are guessing. So you are passing your chaos on to another person, and there's more stress because you're now dealing with stress by 2. So that's the real success, is by building SOPs, systems inside a business, so your business feels calmer, it feels more understood, and you can really understand how to execute your business. If you currently need help, we could help you. I don't know if you're currently doing over 7 figures, we really need to understand your business model. But what we try to do is we can diagnose your business really well. And you can do that. It's a free diagnosis. You can book that. There's a link in the bio. You just simply book in a call. We will jump on a call. It's not a sales call. We're not going to pitch you. We don't have anything to actually sell you because we have nothing to buy also. But you will jump on. We will diagnose your demand, your conversion, your delivery, and your decision-making processes. And then we will tell you what's missing and where your business really feels fragile and what needs to be installed. Okay? Now, for the algorithm, so I can get better rankings on YouTube and people can see more of my content and I can help more people to actually scale their businesses and understand their businesses better, please subscribe to my channel, comment and like and share this, because it will help me massively with actually ranking and getting this out to more people that need to actually see this.